Hello everyone, in today's video we'll be talking about DCA.properties file. And before you watch this video, please go and watch our video talking about the pairs.properties files first before you watch this video, because some of the parameters, sorry about that, all right. So because some of the parameters in this DCS.properties file, the meaning of them are basically the same with the one you saw in the pairs.properties files, and we already explained it in our pairs.properties file. So for the sake of the time, I don't want this video to be too long. So please go back and watch our pairs.properties files video first before you watch this one. And also, I will not be going to too much details. Actually, I will not be talking about any of the strategies or explain to you how the strategies work in this video, because we have planned for that and we'll be making different videos to cover different strategies, and it is in production and will be coming out in the next week or two. Please be patient for that. The purpose of this video is just to walk you through all of the parameters in here, so you know what each one of them mean, and you can know what to put in there, how to use it basically. All right, so let's start with these three sayings right here. Marks, these sayings right here are like a protection sayings, protection parameter to avoid ProfitTrailer to use all of your account balance. So if you're planning to use DCA, please, and I can't stress this enough, it is really important that you use this protection parameter and try to put a cap on the amount of the Bitcoin that ProfitTrailer allows you to use, or it's gonna drain out your whole account. Try to DCA now. Okay. For those of you who don't know what DCA mean, DCA is dollar costing average. Basically, what it means is it is a method that you can use to averaging down your costs. So when the price fall, and you can use DCA to try to bring down your average cost. So even if the price of that coin just spike up a little bit, you can get out that coin quicker with a profit. Okay. All right. So max cost. What max cost is? It is the amount of, like, if you trade in BTC, okay, if remember, if you trade in BTC, all of the value that regard to like maximum balance or maximum like money ProfitTrailer can use gonna be based on the market that you are trading in. So if you are trading in Bitcoin, it's gonna be BTC. Ethereum is gonna be ETH, and USDT it's gonna be in USD value. Okay. All right. So max cost. Max cost is the total amount of BTC that you are allowed the bot to. Excuse me, I just burped that. All right. So it is the maximum amount that you allow ProfitTrailer to use in a single coin. All right. So for example, NEO. If you already have NEO in DCA log, and let's say you have your max cost at 0.1, and if total max cost of NEO is already at 0.1, then ProfitTrailer will not buy any more NEO, and it will only look to sell NEO. Okay. And also any pair that you have in your DCA log will be using the settings in the DCA file, and anything you have in the pairs log will be using the same in the pairs file. Okay. that is really important to remember and distinguish between the two, because pairs in the DCA file will be using sell strategies in the DCA file, and pairs in the pairs log will be using sell strategies or sell settings in the pairs file. All right. It's max buy times. This is the maximum time that you allow ProfitTrailer to double down on a bet, basically. Mean by balance, this is the same with the one you see in the pairs of property files. Is basically your reserve funds. Okay, buy strategies, again, it's the same with the one you see in the pairs file. It's exactly the same. Like I mean, the meaning of each parameter, they are exactly the same with the one in the pairs of property files, except for these buy strategies. They are in DCA. Sorry if you can hear the noise in the background. It's my rabbit drinking water. Sorry about that. In DCA file, there are one more strategies that you can use to double down a coin, which is called Anderson strategies, which I will cover later after I gone through all the things right here. But that's the only difference, basically. Actually, that's the only difference. The sell strategies, it's the same with the one, like the parameter and the meaning, same with the one you see here in the pairs log. I mean the pairs of properties file. Stop loss trigger. The stop loss trigger is stop loss, but it's behaved different in the pairs file. So what stop loss trigger here, what it does is that, let's say you set the stop loss trigger at -7. Okay, -7. This -7%. Okay, so but this stop loss trigger will only happen once one of this cap is reached. Okay, so for example, if you use max buy time as a cap, then this stop loss trigger will only comes into effect once a coin is already DCA 5 times. Okay, and some people said that max buy time sometimes the bot miscount. So using max buy time is not exactly the safest way. The safest way is to use either mean by balance or max cost as a cap, because for some reason sometimes like something lag out, or maybe your VPS or your computer shut down like in the middle when ProfitTrailer is running. It can mess up these max buy times, so the bot just miscount the times that it's already DCA of 5, and it can be really bad. So if you want to be on the safe side, you definitely want to use max cost and mean by balance instead of max buy time. I mean, I use max buy time personally, and I have never run into that problem, but a few people already reported that problem, so I just want to let you guys know. Okay, excuse me. Max buy spread, this is the same with the one in the pairs file. It's the difference between the highest bid and the lowest ask. Excuse me. Mean by volume, this is the minimum volume of the coin that it gotta be met in order for a buy to be executed. Okay, so let's say Neo. Okay, so the volume, it changed over time. Okay, so for example, when you first buy Neo, the volume was 500, but over time, when Neo tanking in price, when the price of Neo fall, and more people, that means more people are selling NEO and take BTC back out, so the volume decrease. And what this saying allow you to do is that you are saying, like, if the coin, so like for example we set 100 here, but you can use any volume that you want, but basically you are saying if the coin have less than 100%, I mean not 100%, less than 100 BTC in volume, then you don't want to trade that coin anymore. You don't want the bot to DCA on that coin. This is because sometimes a coin get pumped really hard. Like for example, right here, your mean buy volume here you set is at like 200. Okay, so it's search for a coin that have more than 200 in volume to look for opportunity to buy in. So after you bought that coin and the price of the coin falls and this volume is slowly escaping the market, okay, and this coin, let's say when the price fall, the volume is only, it's now like a 25. Okay, so it's go from 200 down to 25. That is a shit coin. Okay, meaning people buying and pumping it, and now they are getting out of it. They are selling and selling. So you don't want to buy into those coins. Okay, so you do not want to DCA out those coins, because if you DCA out those coins, more often than not, like very likely that you're just gonna be in a bigger loss. Okay, so try to avoid those coins by using these sayings. I mean, it's not a foolproof parameter to really help you to avoid those situations, but it does help. It's really help actually. So yeah. By a variable volume trigger. This volume is not the same with this volume, okay? This volume right here, this one is about the whole volume of the whole coin in the market. But this by a variable volume trigger, this is the volume that in an order on the order book. Okay, so let's say NEO, you buy NEO and NEO go into DCA log, and now it is looking to buy more NEO because NEO is falling down in price, and all of the parameter and all of the requirement to buy NEO are now met, to DCA down NEO are now met. So now it's, let's say, looking to buy 10 NEO. Okay, so what this saying is telling the bot is that when ProfitTrailer looking to buy NEO, it's gotta find an order that have 100% of the amount that it is looking to buy. So this is to make sure that when ProfitTrailer put in the order, it's get filled 100%. So like for example, it's trying to buy 10 NEO, but the market only have 9 NEO available for it to buy, then it will not buy. It will wait until the market have an order that is that have 10 or more NEO for it to buy, basically. Pending order wait time. This pending order wait time, this is the amount of time in minutes that have passed, and it will put this pairs into it will create a pending order for that pair. All right, so basically ultimately what this allows you to do is, for example, let's say let's take NEO again. So you buy NEO and NEO tanking in price, the price of it really falling down, and let's say you are in 50% loss in NEO, okay, and it's gonna take a long time for NEO to recover the 50% that it lost for you to break even or even make profit on that. that order. Okay, so what this allow you to do is that it's allow you to put Neo into the pending log, so that ProfitTrailer can look for other opportunities in Neo to buy and trade when it's settling down at the new base. You know, like when Neo fall down in price, and let's say it's find a new support base, and now the price is fluctuating around that base, and ultimately it's gonna go back up. So you don't want to miss out on all of those gains. So what this Sands will allow you to do is it's gonna put Neo. So if you set this in minutes, then it's gonna put whatever, like after that X amount of time in minutes, it's gonna put whatever that pair into it's gonna create a pending log, a pending order for that pair according to the minimum profit. So this profit that you set, it's gonna calculate the minimum profit that you can get, and it's gonna using that price to set the pending order on the market, so that that pair is go into the pending log, and then it is now available for ProfitTrailer to look and get a buy opportunity for that pair again. All right, so the ignore sell only mode. This is to ignore the sell only mode that you set in this pairs of properties file. So this BTC drop trigger and right trigger, one it's get triggered, and you are now in sell only mode, and in ProfitTrailer is not looking into buy anything anymore, but because you want it to always look for opportunity to double down your bet, and you want to get out of that bet as soon as possible, and you want to ignore the sell only mode. So even though it's ignore not to buy new coin, the ProfitTrailer will ignore to buy new coin, but it will still look to buy to double down, to DCA down a coin. All right, and so that is about everything that you need to know in the DCA properties file. Let's talk about the Anderson strategies. So this is how Anderson strategies look. We have a wiki page that talk about this Anderson strategies really in details. So you can have a read at it. It's on our wiki.profittrailer.io, and then it's under here, Anderson DCA under trading. I will just show you how it looks and explain to you what this parameter mean. I will not go into details on how it works, because as I said, like I said at the beginning of the video, I will be making other videos to dedicate to talk about strategies. Okay, so what each one of these buy trigger 1, buy trigger 2, buy trigger 3 means is that each of these buy trigger is the amount of percentage that the coins that coin have to be lost from the average buy price for it to look to DCA. So the first time it DCA, it's gonna use this buy trigger 1. The second time it DCA, it's gonna use this buy trigger 2. The third time it DCA, it's gonna use this buy trigger 3. And the fourth time it's gonna DCA, it's gonna use the buy trigger 4, and so on and so forth. Okay, that's basically it, guys. So yeah, I will see you guys in another video when I talk about other buy strategies. Thank you guys for watching. Bye bye for now.